One of the things we said from the very beginning, in the aftermath of the shooting here on Parliament Hill and throughout the debate is, we don't want to see this issue more politicized than it has to be. Now, perhaps that was overly idealistic in an election year, but at the same time, I know that Canadians want both their physical security protected and their rights upheld. And came before us a bill that brought in definite measures to immediately increase the security of Canadians, but didn't do enough to uphold and protect people's rights. And we made a call that we were going to support the bill, push to have it amended, but try and remove it from political debate. Now, our two opponent parties have count themselves on either sides of the spectrum and are blasting at us from both sides. Mr. Harper's playing up fear of terrorists. Mr. Mulcair's playing up fear for Islam, Islamic communities, for environmentalists, for First Nations. But they're both playing politics of fear. And the one thing that I have put forward as a principle from the very beginning is that I don't want to play politics of fear and attacks on that way. You won't hear me saying Mr. Mulcair, who voted against physical security, doesn't care about Canadian safety. And yes, it's a position that is more easily attacked than the other positions are. But it's also the right position, because we are in a position of saying we will do both. We will protect Canadians' physical security and uphold their rights and freedoms by demonstrating that we will repeal the parts that are problematic of C-51. We will bring in proper oversight. We will bring in a review clause for 3 years so that we, as the Liberal Party has done in the past in the years following 9/11, both defend people's physical security and protect their rights and freedoms.
No regrets.
We took a decision based on what is in the best interest of Canadians. And ultimately, this is a line of work in which you have to know that if you're making decisions and taking positions that are reasonable and that flow from your values and your fundamental principles, then people will make informed choices. And the biggest principle that I've been pushing back at is the kind of cynicism that comes from negativity, division, and attacks. And I've been very open about saying, you know what, let people attack me. I know Canadians want and deserve better. I certainly didn't expect that to be easy, and I'm not naive about that, but I also know that that is ultimately what Canadians need in a government, one that is anchored in its principles and doing for reasonable reasons, not for politicized reasons, big things.